Kyler Murray sustained a season-ending injury on the third play of the Monday Night Football game against the New England Patriots. And when a player goes down with a non-contact injury and has to ride the cart to the locker room, you know it's bad. Regardless of what you think of Kyler as a quarterback, anyone with a heart felt for him in this moment. It was later confirmed that the injury was indeed a torn ACL, ending Kyler's season and setting the stage for a long recovery. Recovery estimates vary, but this tweet from Dr. Deepak Chona sums up the projection well. The average recovery time is about 10 months, so return early into the 2023 season is possible. But the key here is that Kyler's running won't likely be back to normal until at least the 2024 season. And with the way that the Cardinals played it conservative with Kyler's injury to his hamstring this season, I don't expect they'd try to rush him back. So how should the Cardinals handle this situation? Well, let's get this out of the way first. You're not getting rid of Kyler Murray. The cap implications alone are extremely prohibitive. And there are rules in the CBA about releasing injured players. You'd have to do an injury settlement. Either way, it's too messy. You're sticking with Kyler through this injury. I also don't think the Cardinals should draft a quarterback any earlier than day 3 of the draft. Really what you need is a short-term solution, someone who can start part, if not most, of the 2023 season. And the odds are, even if you draft the best rookie quarterback, which you're probably not going to, that rookie isn't likely to play better than some of the free agent options in the short term. And on top of that, you're setting up the organization long-term to have a quarterback controversy. This team has enough drama already. You don't need to draft an early quarterback and create even more of that. Now, I'd be okay if the Cardinals wanted to draft a quarterback somewhere late in day 3 to try to replicate what the 49ers have done with Brock Purdy. That certainly worked well for them so far, but this still wouldn't be my preferred approach. It is worth noting that the Cardinals recently added rookie quarterback Carson Strong to their practice squad. Now, Strong was an intriguing prospect coming out of Nevada. He's a pure pocket passer who showed exceptional arm talent in college, but the issue is he has a degenerative knee condition that limits his mobility and might even limit the length of his career. Some thought he would be a first-round talent if not for the knee issue. He's certainly an intriguing prospect, but I'm not going to rely on him. I want a more proven option going into 2023. So what would I do if it was up to me? Well, first, I would be conservative with Kyler's injury. I'm not going to rush him back, especially considering how much running is part of his game. Instead, I'm going to find a veteran journeyman to be a short-term starter and keep Colt McCoy as that primary backup. Now, who are some options that I would look at? Well, part of that depends on who the coach is. Now, I did a long video where I talked about how I would fix the Cardinals and I addressed the coach and the GM situation. I get it. A lot of people think there's no hope if they don't do something about the coach and the GM. I definitely agree about the GM and I lean in that direction with the coach, but the Cardinals are going to do what they're going to do. So if Cliff Kingsbury is returning as the head coach, the free agent I'm going to look at is Case Keenum. Cliff was on the staff at the University of Houston when Keenum played there as a college quarterback. Now, Keenum has gone between being a backup and a starter during his time in the NFL, and he had a career year in 2017. But he's not lived up to that since, and he's currently a backup with the Buffalo Bills. But overall, he's been a good backup and a serviceable starter at points. So if Cliff Kingsbury is still the coach, that's probably, to me, the best short-term option. Someone who he's worked with, has probably got some familiarity with the system, is a veteran and can step in and be that short-term solution. Now, if there's a new head coach, or if the Cardinals decide they don't want to go with Keenum, the guy I'm going to look at is Jacoby Brissett. Brissett has been the quintessential bridge quarterback during much of his career, with stints as a starter in Indianapolis, Miami, and most recently Cleveland. He's the kind of game manager who isn't typically going to win or lose games by himself, but if the Cardinals can fix their offensive line, get their playmakers back healthy, and add some players on defense, they could be competitive with Brissett while Kyler recovers. Now, I know neither of these are exciting names, but right now, you really just have to find someone who can be a spot starter until Kyler is back, but also has enough experience as a starter that if they do need him to play the full 2023 season, he can do it. But I get it, Cardinals fans. The Kyler Murray injury is yet another blow in what has been a disaster of a 2022 season. But what's worse is any hope of sort of a retool and reset in 2023 is now kind of out the window. Kyler's not going to be ready to go full speed at the beginning of the season. This is setting things up for 2023 to look like yet another transition season, and fans are tired of that. They want to win now. But this is the hand we've been dealt. So I think the best approach right now is try to fix that offensive line, add some pieces on defense, be smart about the players you bring back, don't spend a lot of money on aging veterans, try to build a roster that can compete long-term, but also has enough pieces to be competitive in 2023. But the bottom line is this is no longer a win-now situation in 2023. Bring in a veteran, try to be competitive, but really expect that 2024 is a season that you need to be ready to win. I know that's not going to be good enough for some fans, but that's the most realistic path forward with this Kyler Murray injury. Are there other free agent quarterbacks that you would want to look at next year? Let me know in the comments below. Also, be sure to click like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on The Cardinal Rule.